What's going on, guys, and what's shaking, Chewy Nation? Welcome back to another ChewbaccaLemma video. Thank you so much for clicking on it. We got some Madden 21 news. We also have the sun shining in bright, so I apologize about that. But we got some Madden 21 news with the quarterbacks dropping, the ratings dropping. So I want to talk about those, as well as why, honestly, we pretty much know all the ratings in Madden 21. Spoilers is pretty easy to figure out. We'll talk about that in this as well. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Don't forget down below to leave a comment. Let me know what you think is wrong with these top 10 quarterbacks, or if you think they did a great job. Either one, let me know. Love having discussion with you guys in the comments. So here it is. Here's the top quarterbacks. ESPN announced them. They're here. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, Deshaun Watson, and Dak and Carson Wentz tied for 9th, rounding out the top 10. So there's your top 10 quarterbacks. So first, we'll go ahead and say the guy, Patrick Mahomes, is very, very good at football. I don't think many people are going to argue with him being a 99 overall and the #1 quarterback in Madden 21. No surprises. Russell Wilson, 97. I also don't think many people are going to argue with that. A 97 overall, I think that's definitely fair. He's incredible. #2 quarterback in the NFL. Completely good with that. Just a little weird once you get past that, because that's when I think the disagreements will happen. And we can discuss a little bit. I don't want to influence. I do want to give my opinion, but I'll give my thoughts on it. But Lamar Jackson at 3, which I think a lot of people would probably say he's not the 3rd best quarterback in the NFL, but he is the cover athlete coming off of an MVP season. You know, I don't know. Like, #3 is probably okay. Drew Brees at 4. I'm not sure about that one, but he's still obviously really good in that system. Brady at 5, another one that I'm like, we'll see. Aaron Rodgers 6. This is ridiculous, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not going to go too opinionated in this video, but here we go. Aaron Rodgers is nowhere near the 6th best quarterback in the NFL. He's closer to 1 than he is to 6. I'm sorry. He is so good, and I know maybe the last couple seasons he may not be putting up Aaron Rodgers type numbers. Still, he threw 4 interceptions. They went 13-3, and I get it. He didn't have some crazy MVP type season, but the team won pretty much every game when he went on the field. And you could say that's Aaron Jones. That's because of the offensive line. You could say this, the scheme. Aaron Rodgers did what he was supposed to do. He still can make every throw on the football field. I'm not a win-loss guy, but I just don't understand how the last season, he comes off that last season, and you're saying he's the 6th best quarterback in the NFL. I don't know. I get it. He didn't put up any crazy numbers, and I just think we've seen what Aaron Rodgers can do. I don't think the last couple seasons, especially coming out of last season, I don't think you come out saying like, yeah, he's okay. You know, he's an elite quarterback, but he's probably on the bottom end of elite. No chance. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe you disagree, but I don't know about that one. Matt Ryan at 7. I put Deshaun over him, but, you know, I'm a biased Texans fan, so what do I know? And then Dak and Carson Wentz rounding out the top 10. I personally don't think Dak should be top 10. I also think that Carson Wentz probably, you could make the argument, should be above Deshaun Watson. Matt Ryan is always pretty solid, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just, again, I can't say I watch every Falcons game like I do the Texans, so I see Deshaun Watson making a huge leap in the 2019-2020 season. He was so much better. It's crazy what happens when you get a great left tackle. I mean, I think any quarterback that plays in the NFL, if you have a good offensive line, you're going to be pretty solid. But you see him get a great left tackle, and all of a sudden Deshaun Watson is much better. I think, obviously, Deshaun does deserve credit. But let's be honest, Laremy Tunsil also deserves a lot of credit for him getting this nice upgrade. So Deshaun at 8, I think, is good. But let's go ahead. I do want to discuss these ratings more, but if you go to Madden 20, you may realize that these ratings should not be any surprise at all. If you go to settings, go to player management, they're basically the same exact ratings. I don't know how you feel about that. Honestly, they really shouldn't change much. The last roster update, there's no, from that point to the beginning of Madden 21, there's no football being played. So I don't really think besides the rookies coming in, I don't really see how they should change much. But I do want to discuss where the changes happen and my thoughts on that exactly, as well as if you're wondering where your players are going to end up for next season, just look on Madden 20, and they're pretty much going to be the same rating. Just a heads up. Rookies, they're already out there, so that's that. So the first quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. No surprise. He is also the first one, number one. Russell Wilson's 2. Drew Brees and Lamar Jackson did flip. Cover athlete, MVP. I mean, but he was the MVP before. So again, +2 overall. I don't know. I think the fact that he's a cover athlete, they decided to bump that up a little bit. I don't know what changed from then to, again, they're looking, I'm sure they're looking at more film, and maybe they decided that he was much better. 2 overall, I mean, I'm saying much better. I personally think that's a pretty big jump, but maybe not. But they decided that he was better than Breeze by looking at more film, or more likely, I think, because he's the cover athlete, they decided to bump him up a little bit. I think that's probably what happened. But again, I don't know. Tom Brady, the 5th quarterback, again, he's number 5, so not much change. Aaron Rodgers 6, so as much as I have a problem with it, I can't say I'm surprised because you have it right here. Ryan is 7, Watson is 8, Rivers and Garoppolo actually are tied for 9th in this, with Wentz actually being 11th. Stafford and Cousins are 12 and 13, tied for 12th, and Dak Prescott is all the way down at tied for 14th with Big Ben, with them rounding out the top 15. So what are your thoughts on this Dak? I feel like, is this like a thing? I don't know. I don't want to accuse them of like ratings sort of manipulation, but they changed him from the 14th quarterback, tied for 14th, to the tied for 9th quarterback. Jumped up 5 spots. Is this because they want to, I do think like there's, I don't know, they put him with Carson Wentz. Is there to try to get, people talking like who's better, Dak or Wentz? You see these ratings, which quarterback is better? I don't think that's crazy to think. I know they put a lot of time in these ratings, but I don't really see how you jump somebody 5 spots when there's been no football being played. I know this is something very minor, but it does make me bring up these types of questions if the motivation is there. Is it actually, do you actually believe that Dak Prescott is the 9th best quarterback in the NFL? Cowboys fans probably think he's better than that, or at least the 9th. Most other people probably don't think he's top 10, but again, Cowboys fans watch every single game and every single snap, so you know. Same thing with me with Deshaun. I know Deshaun Watson is really, really, really good, and people that watch will say he's good. I mean, everybody knows he's good, but if you watch his previous year to the 2019-20 season, when they added Laremy Tunsil, it's night and day with his presence in the pocket, which is, again, no surprise when you add a left tackle. But if you watch a lot of games, you watch a lot of Texans, you know that he is very, very good, and he made a lot of big steps, and you're expecting him to even make more, big steps, and maybe be top 5 or top 3 even in the next year or two. We're expecting that, and maybe if you watch the Cowboys fans out there, if you watch every Cowboys game, you might be saying the same thing. I can't say I watch every Cowboys game, so I will not say that from what I have seen and from what I see from Carson Wentz and what I see from Jimmy Garoppolo, the handful of games I've seen from them. I would actually rate them ahead of them, but that's, again, my take. And what's weird about it is that was their take as well until this game came out, the Madden 21. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Jumping 5 spots, I think, is a little crazy. Again, that might be just me. But the last thing I want to discuss, don't forget to leave a comment down below with what you think of the top 10, is if you go to the other, the 99 overall club is exactly the same as it was on Madden 20. Like if there was a 99 club for the end of the season. Michael Thomas, Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Donald. That is your 99 club for Madden 21, and the end of Madden 20, those were your 99s. Luke Kuechly as well, but he obviously retired. So that should be no surprise that those were your 99 club. And if you look at the other ones, the snubs, I believe they're pretty much, I think Mac might be a 97, but he might be a 98. I know I've seen him, but I'm not sure. Bobby Wagner, I think, is a 98. Gilmore's a 98. Hopkins, I believe, is 98. Actually, I think even J.J. Watt is a 98, which I wasn't sure how they would rate him coming off the injury. So you can pretty much just go to Madden 20, go to the roster, check it out, and you will see that the ratings are pretty much the same, especially when the Madden 21 officially ratings come out for all of them. They're going to be pretty much the same. I don't know how you feel about that. I personally think that's how it should be. Consistency. Nothing should really change. But I do understand that you should, you know, these ratings adjuster people should be looking at a lot of film from that or talking to people. However, you know, looking at numbers, being able to see, you know, from the time their last roster update until Madden 21, see if there's some stuff that they missed to get these ratings perfected. And maybe that's what happened with Dak Prescott. I personally, and maybe I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but I don't understand how Dak Prescott, whether he's the 9th best quarterback or not, I don't understand how he went from tied for 14th to tied for 9th. That is a huge jump, and I question the motive, but maybe I shouldn't. Let me know down below your top 10, or you don't have to let me know. Let me know where you disagree with the top 10, or if you think they did a really good job. Overall, I don't have a whole lot of complaints except Aaron Rodgers. Okay, number 6. I don't get it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. We'll be back with a lot more Madden 21 content to come. You guys are absolutely incredible. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma out.